Hi, I'm Jamie and this is Pulse Geelong. Coming up on tonight's show, Lisa finds out about the diverse programming on 94.7 The Pulse. We're under the big top with Silver Circus and we have some music from Siren Sun. But first, Liz and Lisa take a tour of some of the local Bayside attractions with members of the Geelong City Council.
I'm here with Councillor Kylie Fisher today to tell us all about this wonderful pool that Geelong has on the foreshore. Hi Kylie.
Hello, how are you, Liz?
Yeah, good. Now tell us a bit about the history of what we have here.
Okay, so the pool, as you can see, we've got a pool and we've also got a promenade that goes around the pool. It stretches out into the bay. So this was developed in about the 1930s. Got a bit of an upgrade in the 1990s, as you can imagine, 60 years. It needed a bit of work done to it. And through the development in the 1990s, we were able to ask community to purchase slats of wood along the promenade. There's some family names and those sorts of things on there. So it's actually quite good to walk along there and read a bit of who participated or who was living in the Geelong area then.
Kylie, it was refurbished in 2008.
That's right. So there was a $6 million project that Council undertook. We had contractors come in. We refurbished the pool and the sea walls. Obviously climate change, those sorts of things. There was a bit of erosion, but we've got a brand new pool. The pool sort of accommodates about 2 million people per year, and on a balmy night I come down with my family and there's still hundreds of people like in and around, and we're here till 11 o'clock at night. The lights are on, it's beautiful, the atmosphere is great. It's a really good place to visit.
I must say, Kylie, that any time you come down here, the cleanliness of the pool and the surroundings is amazing. It must cost council a lot to upkeep this area.
Yeah, wouldn't have a clue on how much it costs council to upkeep the area, but it's also the general public. I mean, like we're down here, like I said, at 11 o'clock at night, there's no rubbish on the ground, so people are actually looking after and there's a bit of ownership over the space and they're respecting the space, so it's fantastic. There's so many events that are held down here, so Carols by the Bay, the Geelong Revival. We've actually had the Symphony Orchestra come and set up a quarter shell or whatever it is, and it was just a beautiful night. So it's a fantastic space for the whole of the community.
We're often racing down here at Geelong's Carousel. I'm here with Michelle Hegney. Thank you very much for joining me on the horses.
No problems at all. It's such a lovely space down in Geelong. I mean, my kids are down here regularly and they always say, can we go on the carousel? And I go, oh, not today. Kids, maybe next week. But it's a regular thing for Geelong families to come down here on the weekend.
Yeah, so it's a great landmark on the waterfront down here. Can you give us a little rundown of its life? It's many, many, many decades old. Can you give me a bit of a rundown?
Yeah, look, so it was manufactured in 1892 and it first started off in New York, and then from there it came across to Australia and it did a number of different roles, and then I think it just sat in a shed in Castlemaine for a few years.
So when did the City of Greater Geelong become involved?
We got involved with it in 1996 and there was significant efforts in restoration. Each horse, there's 24 of the 36 horses are original, and each horse takes about 300 hours. They stripped back layer upon layer of paint to get to the original colours, and then eventually it opened in 2000.
And it's been a delight for the children ever since.
Yeah, look, definitely. It's very iconic. I think it's one of those things that when we have family come and visit from interstate, the kids will always want to come down and have a go. And there's also the birthday parties as well. So the carousel has children's birthday parties. I think they run 3 sessions on a Saturday and Sunday, and that's always really popular, and you can't get the kids off.
So this fantastic attraction is a great and affordable attraction that you can bring your family to?
Look, it certainly is. It's only $4 for children and the rides go for a good 5 minutes, and for an adult to come on board with their kids and enjoy the experience as well, it's only $4.50. So it's not like a ride at the show where you think, oh my goodness, where did my money go? It is very affordable.
Especially as you can have the bigger kids on the horses, and if you've got the little toddlers, we can go in either of the 2 chariots.
Well, that's definitely right. The chariots are there. There's also the room for children with disabilities to be able to come on the carousel as well. So it's an attraction for everyone.
And if you just want to walk around the outside and hear the fantastic music that's playing in the background and see the delights, and that's an entertainment in itself.
It sure is, and with our beautiful north-facing bay, there's definitely something for everyone. If you have a bit of time on the carousel, grab an ice cream, or just take a run in the park next door. It's plenty to keep the kids entertained and have a wonderful day in Geelong.
Well, thank you, Michelle. I think it's time that we have a little bit of a ride. We'll have to put our $4.50 in and see if we can take a little spin on this beautiful machine. I'm down here at the carousel on the waterfront of Geelong. I've bumped into Councillor Tony Ansett. He's all about heritage down here in Geelong. Yep. Can you explain where we're standing at right now, please?
We're standing on a platform with the first band of Geelong, 1850s is depicts, and it's you would have had names like Sergeant and that in the band itself. So very proud tradition in our past.
Now, these bollards are all through Geelong. Can you give us a little bit of a rundown on how they actually managed to come here?
In early 90s, there was an artist by the name of Jan Mitchell. She was in Barwon Heads, and around the primary school and the streets there started to become some small bollards. And there was a timber left over from a fire that was devastated the Arrow Street Pier. And the idea came from Jan Mitchell as well as the city at the time, at around 1995, that they carve bollards out of the old jetty. So it's got some use for all the old. So it has history in the wood itself, but also 103 bollards have been created across the waterfront.
Now, everyone seems to have a rabbit on them. Can you give us a little rundown of what the rabbit's all about?
Yeah, it depicts Thomas Austin that come out to Avalon, and supposedly the first rabbits were brought out by the Austin family, and that then meant that you could say there's a couple more rabbits that have been born into Australia since those days. And so every now and then you can see a white rabbit at the base of the bollards. It's actually quite a good game for the kids to actually count how many rabbits there are.
A bit better than Where's Wally?
Where's Wally? Yeah. Yeah, I like it. It's a bit of fun, and it adds a bit of character to it.
Now, when you come down to Geelong and experience this beautiful waterfront, how far and wide do these bollards extend?
From Rippleside, which is right around the peninsula, sort of like a point, and runs right through Eastern Beach, right along the foreshore waterfront, right around to what we call Rippleside, which is Western Beach.
Now, so there's single bollards and then there's grouping of bollards like we've got here. What are some of the stories of some of the groupings?
Yeah, you've got Waterfront, which is original custodians of the land. You've also got then from Lime Burners Point the original lime burners themselves. Then it goes around and depicts former mayors, politicians, famous people of Geelong, fashion of the day. It really tells the story of the history of Geelong right through.
So it's a really good workout. You can go and have a nice little leisurely stroll along the waterfront, enjoy the bollards, get the kids to find the rabbits, and just maybe then go and nip into the carousel for a bit of a look and see what's in there.
Are you saying that I need a bit of a workout to go around and look at all the bollards? Or?
No, I was suggesting that we both do that.
Yes. No, I could do with it, I tell you. But no, it is a fantastic history. There's information online as well as in the carousel on the bollards themselves. And it's something there's a fantastic waterfront, and it just adds to it. It's Jan Mitchell was the creator and the artist, and that's a credit to her. Sadly, she passed away in 2008, but she lives on in these things here, so it's great.
Thank you, Tony, for giving us a little brief introduction to the bollards down here at the Geelong waterfront. We hope you come down here really soon.